Hi guys, I'm Maddie, and for my demonstration speech, I'll be showing you guys 4 different ways to decorate a cake on a budget. First, we have our sprinkles cake, then we have our ombre cake, and then our drip cake, and then a cake decorated with a spoon. Stay tuned, and I'll show you guys a step-by-step process of decorating each. Okay, we are now ready to decorate our first cake. The first step is to take a cake, take one of the cakes, center it, and I'm just going to very lightly frost it. Just want enough frosting so that the sprinkles will stick. You don't want too much. Okay, we have our sprinkles, and we are just going to gently lay them onto a clean pan where there is no dust or dirt, because we do not want that on our cake. Okay, you want to spread it out nicely with clean hands. Beautiful. So what we will do is we will take our cake here, and don't worry if you mess up the top, we'll fix that later. We will just roll. That looks gorgeous. We'll be good to go. We'll fix the top up later. Okay, now that our sides are covered in sprinkles, we're just going to flatten out the top, make sure it looks nice and no one can see our fingers. And then we will push these circles onto the top with our hands. It might be best to just do this. Okay. If you have a dog, they will come in handy because there are sprinkles going everywhere right now. Okay, once your cake is finished and you like the way it looks, you can find your favorite platter, party platter if you like, and carefully transfer it. And whoop. Okay, I will touch this up and we will be done. Okay, so we have our second cake here, and what we are going to do with the frosting is we're just going to snip the tip so that we can get a nice even frosting bit. What you're gonna do is just squeeze it on. Doesn't really matter if it comes out pretty or not, you're spreading it out. And then make sure I do about 2, just so there's enough to go around. And then you'll do the same with the other 2. I'm going from darkest at the bottom to lightest at the top. Okay, we are now just going to continue smoothing it out together. And now for the top, I'm just going to add a little bit more of the light frosting just so we can even it all out. Doesn't matter if some of the colors blend on the top because it will be covered in a second. Okay, we now have a finished ombre cake, and you can leave it as be, put candles in it if it's a birthday, do whatever you like. I actually have a third way to decorate a cake that looks really pretty with an ombre cake. You can either do it with this type of cake or by itself with just a plain white or brown or whatever color frosting you'd like. This is called a drip cake, or the drip effect. So what you do is you take white chocolate, it's super cheap in the stores, so you can take the melting wafers or the actual chips if you'd like. I like the melting wafers because they harden at room temperature, so it's perfect. You just pop it in the microwave and you have melted white chocolate ready to go. So what you're going to do for this is you're going to spoon it on and just carefully, slowly push it over the edge. You can make some longer by letting more white chocolate drizzle down, or you can make them shorter by just barely pushing it over. Okay, to fix up the bottom of this cake, as you can see it's a little rough, you can just take your extra frosting of that dark color and apply it and smooth it out. And then once you finish that, you can wipe down this cake platter to make it look pretty, and you will have your finished cake. Okay, now for our third and final cake with our 4th decoration, we are going to be using a spoon to decorate. So, first off, we have to just frost this cake in plain, clean white frosting. You can use whatever color frosting you'd like. I'm just using white because it's what I have. Now this frost does not have to be perfect because we will be using our spoon to decorate. I will be just holding it still and circling the cake and creating a cool circular effect. If you begin to see frosting, if you didn't put enough frosting on and you begin to see pieces of cake, then you can just go back over it and start again. Okay, there you go. You have your third and final cake. You can put sprinkles on top of this if you want. Actually, that's a great idea. I'm gonna do that. You can put candles on it if it's someone's birthday. You can, if you have a piping bag and piping tips, you can pipe on top of that too. And you're free to go. Okay, our third and final cake is done. We just have to transfer it and it will be ready to go. Okay, here we have our final products. We have our sprinkles cake, we have our ombre and drip cake, and we have our cake decorated with a spoon. These, all three of them, are super cheap ways to decorate a cake but still look fantastic. The sprinkles, you only have to buy a container of sprinkles and make the frosting and cake, and that's it. No extra work. For the ombre cake, you can just use 3 food colorings that you already have at home. And then for the drip, you can just use white chocolate, whatever chips you have at home, or you can even use like a thick Hershey's syrup and it will still look fantastic. And finally, for the cake decorated with a spoon, all you have to do is use a spoon that you probably already own to decorate it with. So the cost of these cakes are super minimal. If you're already planning on baking and frosting a cake, these 4 hacks can keep your costs down and still have the cake look amazing. Thank you guys.